Back inside the Center for Recreation and Sport. Second half right around the corner here on NE10 now alongside Dan Hilton. I'm Matthias Wallman. It's a 37-24 lead for Adelphi. The 13-point lead at the break. The largest of the game. To start this game, it was all Adelphi. Then the Dolphins got back into the game behind Xavier Wilson's 13 points. And then Adelphi really turned it on last 4.5 minutes, an 11-0 run to, again, give them this 13-point lead.
Yeah, a little bit from everybody. It's a comprehensive team win. On the offensive end, sure, 9 from Silva, 8 from Satiru, 6 from Coleman, Salter, and Williams. Kulamala got 2 in there as well, but it's the fundamentals. +8 on the rebounding battle, +22 in the paint, and holding your opponent to 24 first-half points. That's going to win you a basketball game, and I think that's what Dave Duke is happiest about.
Go down low to Williams. First possession of the second half. No good. Satiru couldn't follow it. Starters back out there for both teams. Washington, Wilson, Constant, Davis, and Elmore. For Moyne, who's trying to avoid their 4th straight loss. Coleman, Silva, Salter, Williams, and Satiru.
And Wilson had 10 points in the first 10 minutes and only 3 in the last 10 minutes.
He goes right through Williams, missed the bunny, poked it back in, and right to Elmore.
Yeah, Wilson continues to keep Moyne in this basketball game, giving him an extra possession there.
Quick pass, Davis around the screen. Elmore went over the top, his second offensive rebound of this possession. Davis, extra dribble, thought he got hit in the face. Instead, Coleman turned him over. Coleman almost saying, why even try me at that point? There's nowhere to go there. You mentioned the top of the offense for Adelphi of Silva and Satiru with 17 combined points, but right behind them, 6 apiece for Coleman, Salter, and Williams.
Yeah, it's interesting because if you're Christian Davis in this offseason, I'm actually watching film of a guy like Chris Coleman. I think that's a future that Christian Davis could potentially have.
Silva pirouettes and off the glass. If you think you have him stopped, you're probably wrong.
Yeah, he, in his wisdom of his super senior year, it just mastered those off balance, 1 foot, out of rhythm.
Somehow Wilson leaves it to Elmore. I'm not sure how that one quite got through the host of white jerseys that were there. Now, Silva, one of those guys, you talked about it, a super senior who's seen it all and has been a force to reckon with every year he's been in the conference. Meanwhile, Chris Coleman banging bodies down low for the 2.
Yeah, that's just experience. That's just power. That's just knowing your body, taking it to the freshman.
Davis, couple moves, and a pretty hook. That's actually Isaiah Elmore, pardon me. Elmore about 5 points per game as we get a timeout from the Adelphi side.
Yeah, Elmore's already got 7 in this one, 4 rebounds, playing with confidence. And again, if you're an 8 champion, you know that in the long run, you're probably not going to make the NE10 tournament, but what can you build on from game to game? How do you break the season up in little mini windows where you say, this is what we need to work on? This is what we want to see from individual players. Can they improve? And you can see that over the course of this season for Moyne that they have improved on some things, that some players have stepped out of their early comfort zones and are improving. And a player like Elmore in particular, who is a redshirt freshman coming from Tampa, Florida, how much more can he give you with a career high of 9 so far, right? It's only a matter of time before he gets into double digits for the first time. Set those individual milestones as the season goes along. And you'd say again for Nate Champion, hopefully you can improve on your win-loss record. But for a team like Adelphi, they're a good benchmark. Having just been the number 19 team in the country last week in Bentley, they're a good benchmark for this part of the season.
And Moyne at 9-11, 5-8 in conference, have not had a losing record either in season or in conference since 2015. And Silva not on the same page as Chris Coleman as they turn it over.
And that is usually the duo that does not commit turnover. They have almost a symbiotic understanding of one another.
3 turnovers for Silva. Well, again, the only Panther in double digits with 11. Washington, burst of speed, now steps back. As pretty as it comes from Jeremiah Washington. Another one of their transfers, 2 seasons over at Ferris State. Didn't play all too much. Has been really trending upwards as a passer. Has at least 3 assists in 6 of his last 7 games.
Ferris State more well known for their hockey team than their basketball program.
Silva thought he got fouled on his way up. Washington returns the favor. Silva weaving in and out of traffic. Bullet pass down low, and Williams, the patience pays off. Lead back up to 13.
Yeah, Silva, he is taking more and more of the offensive load. That's a nice move there, too, by Constant. Silva's taking more and more of the offensive load in his time here in Garden City, but it's that court vision that he came in with a little bit of, but he wasn't the primary ball handler. It was Connor McGinnis in his first 2 years here in Garden City as that pass broken up. And Silva has just continued to refine that part of his game to, as you said, not be the lead initiator. As Elmore, a athletic finish too. And don't look now, Matthias, but it's a 9-point game.
Quick 2 baskets in a row for Lemoyne to claw back into it. And you've talked about it, a lot of pure scorers we've seen at every level of basketball, but Silva has those passing chops. Again, is a very unselfish player despite some of the shots he takes. Salter wanted the step back. Constant was right there. Satiru looking for his first points of the second half. Won't get him there. Washington cradle. Satiru denies him off the backboard. And now Lemoyne grabs it right back. Hanging Davis converts for 2. And the Dolphins staying right in it, down by 7.
Yeah, 6-0 run in the last minute and a half.
Silva hesitates. Power move by Williams, who drops it off for Satiru, who's into double digits with 10.
Now in double digits, 5 of his last 6 games is Satiru, who's averaging 10.5 over the last 6.
Down low. Elmore might have gotten it deflected by the guy you're talking about, Satiru.
Yeah, and spoiler alert, when we speak to Coach Dave Duke after this game, win or loss, I will probably ask him not about Satiru's offense, but about his defense as well as it's coming along this season, as Silva able to finish there.
Constant, a couple of nice behind the backs, but Silva says, enough talk about my offense, how about my defense? As he rips it away. We'll stay down here. Silva a little slow to get up. We talked about it. Satiru starting in place of Andrew Delaney, who came back after missing 4 straight. Did have those 3 fouls in the first half, and here he comes back in amongst a host of separate players. Kulamala also coming in for the first time in the second half, along with Jake Oliviak. So a lot of shooting out there for Adelphi. Kulamala closes out, and a good contest on Hernandez. About 6 minutes gone by in the second half. Silva racing to the cup. He's not going to lose too much of those foot races. 13-point lead. Hanging, offensive foul. Sutherland ran right over Delaney. It's the 3rd time he has ended up on the ground today.
Yep, and it's an offensive foul this time, and that's something about Delaney. We talked about the fact that he was taken out of the game with 7:05 remaining in that first half with his 3 personal fouls. Did not start the second half, had to wait his turn, has basically not played basketball for 40 minutes of real-life action, comes right back in, says, hey, if I got to pick up my 4th foul, I will. But he gets the charge instead. That's a winning play, and that's a winning player.
I don't care how much of a cliche it is. That's just a veteran move. Silva, quick off the catch, couldn't convert. Just a like you mentioned, be sitting for 40 minutes, come in and know how to contribute in your first game back. Quick three, Davis rattles out. Dolphins just 1 of 12 from beyond the arc. They're usually a good three-point shooting team. Silva cuts, extra pass. The ball keeps moving, and Oliviak makes the Dolphins pay. Silva just crouching at midcourt. And Nate Champion needs time. This one in a hurry has blown up. 16-point lead. Timeout. Lemoyne will take it as well. Adelphi rolling right along with 12:57 to go.